Hello YouTube, Jeff Steele here with SteelNavigator. I wanted to make a video in regards to a comparison of Uber Eats versus food prepping or meal prepping. So for those of you who do not know, Uber Eats is an application through your phone. You go in, make a selection of local dining providers in the geographical area, go into their menu, place an order, couple of swipes of the finger, and a driver is shortly en route to wherever the food is to be delivered. It's super convenient, and it could not possibly be easier outside of a few swipes of the fingers. So I got in a habit of ordering Uber Eats on the regular. I'd say I was ordering Uber Eats 3-4 days a week, and I try to eat 5 well-balanced meals a day, not large meals, smaller meals. So I don't eat a crazy amount of food, but I eat a decent amount. So with that convenience, it just became extremely addictive. Not having to cook, having food delivered fairly quickly. It was just ultra convenience, and basically I was just paying for time. But the cost continuously increased over this 2-3 year period. And at the same time, I also found the quality starting to go down as far as the service itself. So once I found out I had a son on the way, I started really looking at budgeting and tightening the budget ever more. So I started researching how much money I was really spending on Uber Eats. And I found out I was spending $800 a month on Uber Eats. $800 a month. That's a decent mortgage for some people. And again, that's only ordering 3-4 nights a week for one person. And what I started to do is look at the option of meal prepping instead. So I started cooking a few meals during the week, tapered back to maybe once or twice as far as ordering Uber Eats. And slowly I was able to completely cut out Uber Eats. So what I found was I'm spending about a third, roughly $250-300 a month on food versus the $800 I was spending on Uber Eats. And despite what one might think, oh, okay, well, we're spending less money, but we're probably spending a lot more of our personal time preparing, shopping, preparing, cleaning up after our meal prep. And I found out I'm spending less time than I was ordering through Uber Eats. So not just going into the app and browsing. Oftentimes we find ourselves in consumer confusion when we're in the app. We spend a lot more time in the app looking for a restaurant, looking for a particular dish than we think we do. And also coordinating with drivers. If a driver has an issue finding your home, or there might be a delay at the restaurant, so sometimes you're sitting there waiting on your food when you think it's going to be there. So for one reason or another, I found out I was spending less time meal prepping than ordering through Uber Eats. One would think otherwise. So with meal prepping, I buy my food on a Saturday and I cook on a Sunday. And on Sunday I cook enough food for 7 to 8 days. So normally I'll repeat the same process each week. But from prep, cooking, and then the cleanup, it's about 2 hours, sometimes 2.5. Just depends on how smoothly, how big of a mess I make. So I eat this and package everything up in Tupperware and eat the same thing for lunch and dinner all throughout the week. So number one, I'm spending a third of what I was spending on Uber Eats, and I'm probably spending about half the time meal prepping than I was dealing with Uber Eats, coordinate with drivers, shopping on the app. And that's been my experience. Also, another great thing about meal prepping is we have the health benefits of knowing exactly what is in our food, right down to the very type of salt that is in the food, to the most micro ingredient. We can control everything that goes into our dish and that goes into our mouth. When we're ordering from restaurants, we don't know where they're getting it, what they're adding to it. So it's also a health benefit, meal prepping. So meal prepping beats out Uber Eats all day, every day. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let's start a conversation on this. What experiences do you have with Uber Eats and meal prepping, and topics in regards, in particular, with comparison of the two? Thank you for watching and have a great day.